Transparency and avoiding surprises. I've said it 100 times. I'm going to say it again. In fact, I'm going to dedicate a whole video just to it so that we can drill it into your heads and help you understand how important it is to be transparent and avoid surprises. It's the worst thing you can do for a relationship. So let's get ahead of it and give you guys some ideas about how to do that. So let's open up the PDF and get into that so you can follow along and actually read through it so that you can see how you can actually get everything that I'm going to talk about in a different way, but I'm going to run through it. So the importance of transparency, once again, is trust, alignment, and prevention. So we want to make clients feel confident that their investment is being fully utilized. Alignment, both parties stay on the same page regarding budgets, progress, and scope. Prevention, misunderstandings and disputes are minimized before they escalate. Get ahead of it. Get ahead of it. Proactive communication. We had a whole course on communication and how important that is. We always want to nurture those long-term relationships if we want to have a healthy business. So here's some ideas on how to be proactive and why communication in that matters. So clients don't want surprises. We know this, especially when it comes to billing. That's like the biggest thing. So how to provide regular updates. This is something that you can use to provide regular updates. So set that cadence of the weekly or bi-weekly reports. We do bi-weekly. Some clients might want to be billed every 2 weeks though, so then you'll do weekly budget updates. And you'll just send a quick email. Hey, just want to let you know we're at this price. Here's why. Send a screenshot of the Google Sheets. They'll be able to see everything. And if they're approaching the budget, they'll know now not to ask for so much, or we'll be like, hey, you've only used like 10% of your budget in 1 week or 2 weeks. We've got a ton to do. What do you need? And then they're like, okay, well, sorry, let's have you actually do all this. So here's just an example that you can use. Budget cap 10,000. We've used 7,500. Remaining is 2,500. Let us know what you want to do in the rest of that budget. Be honest and detailed. Seriously, don't worry about adding extra hours. Like, don't be dishonest about what you're charging. That's gonna kill a relationship, whether they realize you're being dishonest or not, because you're just gonna be a little bit expensive, or things are gonna be unclear. Be honest always. Because in my opinion, it's more important to be honest and make that money over the long haul, long-term relationships, years, than to be dishonest and make a lot of money once. And then you don't have that sustainable income. So please be honest, be trustworthy, and detail all of it, right? So here's an example message of being honest. So we've utilized 80% of your budget with 1 week. We recommend either reprioritizing remaining tasks or approving additional hours to meet the goals for the month. So that's the other thing. You might need to just ask for more money this month. Be transparent. Let them know. They'll know that you've done things. They'll see what's happening. Be clear. Show them the reporting. Help them understand why. And then we want to be able to handle scope changes, right? We want to be able to ask for more or dial it back if needed. Like, we're just going to be honest and be like, hey, look, we're just not doing as much work as we thought. Let's dial back. So we want to acknowledge change quickly. This is like, I'm telling you how many times I've actually waited too long, or I've let a month go and I'm like, shoot, now I got to tell them why I need more money. When instead I could have gone 2 weeks ahead of that, and then they'd be like, okay, and we'd actually get ahead of that. And in those 2 weeks, they would expect what's coming later versus being proactive and not getting behind on these things. So here's an example of acknowledging the change quickly. Thanks for letting us know about the new video edits you'd like to include. Let's discuss how this impacts the current workload, because that happens all the time. Clients will come to you and say, hey, actually, we want this cut down, or we want this version made, or we want this many iterations, when previously you wanted this many iterations. So they're adding things to your workload that weren't previously discussed. So you need to get ahead and say, hey, just so you know, if we want to do those things, we need to add to the budget, or we're going to pull budget from next month into this month. And that's part of proposing solutions. So reprioritize existing tasks. So we might adjust things if they need, hey, this is more priority this month. Let's move these tasks to next month. So we're just going to adjust things. Request additional hours, increase budget, defer the work to the next billing cycle. And the other option that I keep talking about is taking budget from 1 month to the next and flexing back and forth. And then document the agreement. If you've set an agreement in place with a certain monthly retainer and you're asking for more money, update that document so that it's clear, it's in writing, and there's no confusion in any of this, and it's super clear. We're transparent. And that's the end of being transparent. But we're going to talk about it more in the next module, I'm sure.